I give up on, no, I give up on.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to Vita-Mind-B. So Vita-Mind-B is a video series that teach you how to train a healthy mind step by step from A to Z. So since we are at this moment right now, critical moment where the global pandemic is happening and it's somehow slowing down a little, but we still need to be very cautious. But one very important point that I want to bring in today is wiggle away that worry. Well, human brain, since the very early age, our ancestors, worry is the thing that keeps us safe. You need to be worried all the time that you would be cautious. Let's say I'm worried about this saber-toothed tiger is gonna be in that bushes, so I'm not gonna go there. So worry is like a barrier in our mind that stops us from doing stupid things. But at the present times where we actually don't have saber-toothed tiger waiting for us around the bushes, we don't have all these other lions or whatsoever chasing us all the time. So there is no point in being worried all the time right now, especially right now. Nowadays, a lot of people would just catch a flu or have a normal fever and think like, oh shit, am I having this? Am I attacked by this COVID-19? Oh, I need to get it tested. Well, it's good to be cautious, it's good to be aware, but don't jump into worry right away. Wiggle that worry away because you don't want to be mentally fragile in this situation. If you just imagine if you worry, people around you, your family would be worried, and then their friends would be worried, and then everyone would be worried. That's not helping. So right now, what I want you to remember is just wiggle away the worry. Be cautious, wash your hands all the time. Don't go out if you don't need to. Use sanitizer. Stay hygienic. Drink more water. Take in more vitamin C. Eat the right foods, and then that would just help you with coping with this situation instead of worrying blindly. So the next thing I want to bring your attention to is writing. Since all of us are working from home and we all have this extra free time that we earn from traveling and stuff like that, I think every one of us are born a writer. You might not agree with me, but hear me out first, is that we always, when I ask you to try and meditate, you will tell me that your thoughts have gone wild and your thoughts is just everywhere, and these voices coming from everywhere and stuff like that is just not stopping. So what I can suggest you today is that just start writing, because since we have all these thoughts, all these voices, so-called quote-unquote bothering us, so why not you just start writing everything down? This is why writing a journal helps to keep you sane, because writing everything out is just like pouring everything from your thoughts out to the physical world. So once you start writing everything down, let's just say you have a thought, like you don't like the negative thought, you just write it out, just everything just sort of like vomit it out onto the paper. Use pen and paper, don't go to computer, because writing it down is just expressing it by using your own handwriting and pouring your thoughts out onto a physical word, that physical thing like a paper, a piece of paper that you can touch. And the thing about writing is that you express all these feelings, and it would no longer be stuck in your head. Once you start writing, this is why writing a journal is so helpful for people who are depressed or feeling anxiety and they're not not able to, or introverts, they're not able to tell other people, or maybe you don't have any friends. Of course, I don't wish that on anyone else, but writing it down is definitely a key to train a healthy mind. Apart from writing down how you're feeling or expressing all these feelings on paper, writing down also helps to take things out of your mind. Stuff like when you're trying to meditate, you might think what I need to do later, what I need to have for lunch, I need to pick up my kids, I need to finish this project, I need to sort out my team, and all these crazy or all these voices and things to do just coming into your mind whenever you try to quiet down. So writing it down also puts you at ease, because you knew that you already wrote it down, that you won't have to be keeping that in mind all the time. So, and also writing it down helps you to keep track on what you want to do later. So writing is really important. Try to put writing into your daily practice. It helps you to definitely train a healthy mind. So the third point that I like to share today is not really a word. It's words that starts with W, and it triggers how your mind thinks and then lead you to training a healthy mind. So why, what, who? These are the three words that I like you to really just process this deeply every single morning as you wake up, because we have this tendency to focus on the things that we are having questions on. This is what in Jim Quick's latest book released recently, which is called Limitless. It's a great book. Please do read it if you have time, because it brings you through the process step by step towards how to bring in these habits and discipline yourself. So there, in this book, he talks about dominant question, which I do agree and resonate with that, because if every morning you ask yourself who you want to be today, what are you willing to do, what are you willing to give up to get there, and what is it that you're going to do next? So why do you want this so badly in your life? If you keep asking these who, why, what questions in your mind, whenever you have all these questions circulating in your mind, you are definitely shifting your focus towards these questions and trying to gather answers from everywhere else, through your daily lives, through the conversation with people, through the things that you consume from the internet. You're looking for answers when you have all these questions circulating in your mind. So whenever you ask these questions, who I want to be, what am I willing to give up to get there, why do you want it so badly? So when you ask these are the questions that's going to lead to answers that's going to help you train a healthy mind.
And you're just living moment to moment to get through the day. Do you think that you're going to be in touch with whatever is really important to you? You're just trying to hit the pillow at night and pay the bills. And that's most people. And if you give people a minute to pause and reflect, and you can clear all of that out and feed them healthy food and give them a good night's rest and ask them questions that most people aren't asking them, and they're certainly not asking them themselves, I think that's the process that begins or sets in motion the gears in the mind and in the emotional body to begin to bring all of that to the surface.
What are those questions? Now, I'm on pins and needles over here. Do you have anything that you start people on to get the juices flowing, to get the ball rolling?
Well, it can be as easy as, what's your major malfunction right now? What's the thing that keeps you up at night? Who do you resent the most? What are you afraid of? What do you want to achieve? What do you think is in your way?
So I'm really grateful for you listening to the end. I hope you liked this episode, And I really hope that you would subscribe if you enjoy watching this. I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.